After leaving Half Moon Island, we headed towards the Weddell Sea, the very heart of the Antarctic Peninsula. Our search was not only for ice, the incredible ice, but for the holy grail in the penguin world, the emperor penguins, and we sure had success in finding the emperors along with the smaller Adelie penguins, also very southerly penguins. Incredible birds mating and breeding in the Antarctic winter, and only now coming out to sea to actually experience a little bit of the summer. The Weddell Sea is the area where we run into truly amazing fast ice, ice that is held fast to the islands and the peninsula itself. Running the ship right into the fast ice is something that we can do with this Class 1A rated National Geographic Explorer, and it gives us a unique opportunity to actually explore perhaps one of the most striking experiences you can have in Antarctica, actually walking out on the fast ice.
So this morning we're here in the Enterprise Islands and doing some Zodiac cruises. This is a grouping of some very small islets that are all ice-covered, snow-covered, and have beautiful icebergs floating around. It was also the site of a whaling area, so you find that there's an old shipwreck here, remnants of a whaling station, and even some water boats that we'll go through and see. So it's an interesting area because of the history that came through, but also because it's just scenically so beautiful. No wind today, lots of really beautiful snow. It feels like a perfect Antarctic morning.
Preparations, half fun.
Well, we're just getting ready to dive on this wreck here. There's 4 of us, and we're going to get some video, we hope, and some nice wreck stuff and animals, and maybe even some algae. And then we'll get cold and we'll come back.
It's off into the water. We saw a lot of things on this voyage. We had the opportunity to dive a wreck of a factory whaler, and about just a little over 100 years old, but such good conditions, so much clear water, lots of things living on the wreck and under the wreck and around the wreck. There's great big beautiful anemones waiting for something to go by that they can catch. Usually they get small fish or krill or shrimp or just particles that are coming down. Here's the propeller. We've never had such a good view of it. Here's a couple of sea star predators, and here's another species of sea star. It can brood its young inside of its little pouch that it makes by humping up like that. It does the same thing when it feeds. There's the limpet, my favorite creature. Anemones waiting for limpets to go by. Big nudibranchs looking for sponges to eat. We have a few whale bones down there. There's a proboscis worm, probably more than one, because they get about 3-4 foot long. They can change shape, and they just general scavenger and predator. A little sea star that lost part of its arm, but it will grow it back. And fish. I don't think I've ever seen that number of fish in Antarctica at one time. And here's the famous Antarctic cockroach. known as the giant isopod, and it's doing a little break dance. They're very good at turning themselves over again. Here's one of them. It looks like it has too many legs. Beautiful anemone, but you know, they're all dangerous to something that's about their size. That's a little polychaete worm. It's got a pair of legs on each segment. It's a herbivore, lives under the sand. Sponges, so you always know you're pretty deep when you have sponges. They're protected. This is a spiny plunderfish, just a ferocious creature of about 1.5 inches long. And here's a entire dead or whale carcass, our bone skeleton, and then some of the things that will grow on the skeleton. And then, as always, it's time to start heading up, and you can see other things just in the water column, like this little comb jelly on the way to the surface.